They find us every morning like clockwork. Same subject line. Same amount, same cold tone. It became the first thing I saw when I opened my phone. Before coffee, before work, before I even said good morning to my kids, another fine. Another reminder that someone we'd never met felt entitled to punish us daily. At first, I thought it was a mistake. HOAs mess things up all the time. Wrong address. Old complaint. Overzealous board member with too much time. I told myself it would be fixed with a quick call. It wasn't. The first fine was for something minor. A trash bin visible from the street for longer than permitted hours. I read it twice. The bin had been out for maybe 20 minutes. I shrugged, rolled it back, and moved on. $50 wasn't worth the stress. The second fine came the next morning. Same violation. Same amount. I laughed. Actually laughed because it felt absurd. I checked the camera footage. The bin had never left the side yard that day. I emailed the HOA. No response. By day 3, the fines stacked. $150. By day 5, $250. Each email grew colder. Failure to comply will result in further enforcement. Enforcement. Like we were criminals. What they didn't know was that our family was already stretched thin. My spouse had just lost a job. Medical bills were sitting unopened on the kitchen counter because we couldn't decide which one to panic over first. The kids sensed it. That quiet tension adults think they're hiding. And then there was the HOA, piling on like they smelled blood in the water. I called the number listed on the notice. Straight to voicemail. I left a calm message. Polite. Respectful. I assumed reason still mattered. The fines kept coming. Every morning, another email. Another line item added to the balance. Late fees threatened. Legal action hinted at. The tone shifted from bureaucratic to smug. Like they knew we were stuck. Neighbors started asking questions. "Everything okay?" one of them said, glancing at the notice taped to our door. I hadn't even seen that yet. They'd posted it publicly. A bright piece of paper announcing our non-compliance. That's when anger replaced confusion. I attended the next HOA meeting, sat in a folding chair under fluorescent lights while the board chatted among themselves like I wasn't there. When they finally acknowledged me, it was with sighs and tight smiles. I explained calmly, showed photos, mentioned the camera footage, asked for clarification. The president barely looked up. She said the fines were valid, that the board had reviewed the matter, that if we didn't agree, we could appeal formally. There was a smirk in her voice. A subtle one, but it was there. I asked how to appeal. She slid a packet across the table. Pages and pages of forms. Deadlines already passed. Fees required just to submit them. It felt intentional. I left the meeting shaking. Not scared, angry, humiliated, powerless in a way I hadn't felt since I was a kid being punished by an adult who wouldn't listen. That night I couldn't sleep. I replayed the meeting over and over. The way they spoke, the certainty, the confidence that we would either pay or break. So I did the one thing I hadn't done yet. I read everything, not just the fine notices, not just the appeal packet. I read the HOA bylaws, the covenants, the enforcement procedures, page by page, line by line, slowly, carefully. Most people don't do that. HOAs rely on that. They rely on exhaustion, intimidation, and the assumption that authority doesn't need to explain itself. Somewhere around midnight, I noticed something odd. Every fine notice had signatures. Digital ones, but still listed. Treasurer, secretary, enforcement officer. But one name was missing. The bylaws were clear. For daily fines to be valid, enforcement actions had to be approved by a quorum of the board and signed by the acting compliance officer. Not optional. Not suggested, required. Our notices didn't have that signature. At first, I thought it was a formatting error. Maybe the name was embedded somewhere else. I checked earlier notices from years ago. Old violations. Other neighbors' copies shared online. Those had the signature. Ours didn't. I went back to the bylaws. Read the section again, then again. The language wasn't vague. It was precise. Without that authorization, fines were unenforceable. My heart started racing. Not excitement, focus. I kept digging. Meeting minutes, public records, archived PDFs buried deep on the HOA website. That's when I saw it. The compliance officer had resigned months earlier. No replacement had been officially appointed, which meant no one currently had the authority to issue fines. The board was acting without legal standing. They were bluffing. Suddenly, everything made sense. The rushed notices, the pressure, the refusal to discuss details. They needed us to pay before anyone noticed. I didn't email them immediately. I didn't call. I wrote a letter. Not angry, not emotional. Precise, calm, citing exact. Bylaw sections, dates, missing, signatures. The lack of appointed authority. I requested immediate suspension of fines and written confirmation of account correction. I printed it, sent it certified, and emailed a copy to every board member listed. Then I waited. The next morning, there was no fine, no email, no notice, silence. By noon, my phone rang. Unknown number, I answered. The HOA president's voice was different this time. Careful, controlled. She said there had been an administrative oversight, that the fines were under review, that enforcement would be paused. Paused. I asked for confirmation in writing. There was a long pause on her end. By the end of the day, we received an email stating all fines had been withdrawn. Balance reset to 0. No apology. No explanation. Just gone. 2 days later, a notice went out to the entire community announcing an emergency, meeting to appoint a new compliance officer, and clarify enforcement procedures. People started asking questions. Neighbors whispered. Someone forwarded my letter around. Others realized they'd been fined under the same authority gap. The board wasn't untouchable anymore. What started as daily intimidation ended as public accountability, all because they assumed no one would read the fine print. They were wrong, and every morning since, when I open my phone, there's no fine waiting, just quiet, and the knowledge that power only works when no one challenges it.